Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yep. Hello, everyone. It is Galil Weevil, and we need to talk. Or at least I need to, not necessarily need, but update you all about what's going on in the future of the streams. Chances are you're gonna most likely be watching this as a vibe, as a vibe. But this was recorded live on my Twitch. And it's just a little update about what's been going on with me and the stream and the future of everything. So there's really no Apex. It's just really just here for background noise.
Rank split starting today. Just, don't split your attention. You can keep that firmly on me.
So really no gameplay. It's just gonna be here talking to you all. We'll look at everything maybe tomorrow. I don't really feel like playing. We're not gonna wait or do any warm. Well, I'm gonna be in fire and rain, so it's gonna look like I'm warming up, but we're not really waiting for people to come in or anything. This is meant to be watched later. I'm gonna be putting this immediately on YouTube, so if you haven't already, you have to subscribe to YouTube to see it. I mean, of course, I'm gonna be. Some people might come through with questions, and I'll answer that to individual people when they come through and ask. But it's not like I'm gonna. It's not like I'm gonna actually. You'll be coming in every stream and be like, "Hey, this is what happened. This is a one-time video." For people with questions. Most likely not gonna have a question, but kind of little. What was it? Frame of reference type of thing. All right. I'm gonna be talking about this stuff more in chronological order, not in level of importance, because yeah, it's easier for me in chronological order, not from what I deem as important. I'll lose my spot if I talk about what's important. Let's go in order, easier to keep track of. How was January? January was fine. Don't really have. Yeah, and I turned down the volume, by the way. Turned down the volume so I don't get out of track. Again, it's just me talking. I can turn up a little bit, but really, it's just gonna be me. January was fine. Work, just real cold. That's pretty much it. Army stuff, blah blah blue. I got my apartment the month before, so January was pretty good for this year. February, trying to think of any bad stuff before. Nothing else besides this. My everyone, well, not everyone, but a moderate portion of people that come through know that I'm not necessarily that close with my real family. Not really for much of any reason besides my mother. But my blood mom, the one that we don't really talk about much around here. She was having head pains, and I don't remember if they said if she got herself to the hospital or someone took her, but she had to be put in a medically induced coma and almost passed away. I wasn't that close with my mom, but that's just a thing that happened. Can't even hear Still Target. So that's kind of the start of everything. And when I mean passed away, I mean like they had to come and inform me, and I had to get ready to prepare funeral type of things. That's how close. Kind of a miracle that she woke up, but she did very soon. So that's like, don't go straight to like, oh no, his mom is still in the coma. Like, no, she woke up very fast. So that's just kind of what happened in February. There, I almost lost my real mom. I don't think I stopped streaming because of that. But the irony of that morning, that very morning, that I remember, that morning, I hit. I may or may not have probably cannot be disclosed in court. I may have hit a dog on my way to work, and that may or may not have sucked. Yeah, these things happen. My first time, I've never hit or killed anything that big, and I went to work. What sucked is that when I got to work, there wasn't really anyone who cared. I guess more like I guess that's more the sucky part of it all. Then that afternoon or night, that's when I found out about my mom. People were calling and sad, and I already got the sadness out about the dog. So I honestly, this like the part that makes me look like a crappy person is that I didn't feel that sad about it. Uh, I more or less had faith that she would come through, and me and my mom aren't that close. I definitely wouldn't want her to pass away, but that's just how it was at the time. I was already sad that day. Didn't need more of it, so I'm like, oh, I was upset. Don't get me wrong, but I just wasn't teary eyed like everyone else was. I think next couple of days or so, she woke up, which was really good, and I was calling and she was calling and checking on each other, which is a huge start because me and my mom, again, are not close, and she was by dictionary definition terms neglectful. I don't think she was. It was pretty bad, but it wasn't a danger. Like not to neglectful to the point where I went without. She just wasn't really there, and she would choose, stuff that she wanted or a boyfriend over us at the time, which is not what a good mom does. But we weren't dying. I had my dad. Despite stereotypes of African Americans and dads, my dad was very attentive. So I had him if he ever felt like we were going without. Um, and one phone call, my mom apologized. And this part I've never talked about on stream. I talked about how my mom was like, me and my mom were never really close. But despite us never being close, I would be willing to start being closer if she were to apologize, down the list of all the things I felt she needed to apologize for. And I told myself, and down the years, I eventually, if she just doesn't get it, I will tell her, and we'll have a talk like adult to adult about why I've been so cold to her throughout the years. And she's been still not attentive even as I'm an adult, but like not cold as in deliberately ignoring and just not communicating. She just sucks at it. Like she would never call or nothing, and it's a hassle to just really talk to her. And granted, I never wanted to because she was like hardly ever there, but she worked. One thing I talk about is because I watch Medea a lot. Tyler Perry's Medea. She would always talk about like you should almost never apologize for working. But when my mom used to do, I used to see her like early in the morning, and then I really wouldn't see her anymore until like maybe 5 or sometimes even 9 at night. So it was like hardly she was there. And she would get and when she would get a boyfriend or something, she'd spend a heck of a lot of time with said boyfriend. Um, you know, just treat them really nice, and you wouldn't see her. And she just wasn't. She wasn't even the best girlfriend. She how do I be honest without speaking ill? Kind of out there. Not the loyalist of people around, and would even like stick in abusive relationships when it wasn't good for her. It never affected us. Well, it never affected me being a guy. My sister didn't take it well either, and being a female, if she's with a bad guy, that affects the other female in the house in multiple ways. And my sister was very torn because she talked to my mom even less than I did. That's because they had like a little more bad blood. So it hurt her a lot more than it hurt me when she went down. But she apologized. She called me. Tears were shed by her, and she seemed sincere. And she went over most, if not all, of everything I would have wanted her to go over. Which I'm like, dang, she did it. It wasn't on my terms. It was like she almost died, so I understand you a near death experience. She wanted to make up for things and her not being there. So I accept her. I told her, Mom, legitimately, that's all I want. Look at this stick drift. It's hideous. Stop drifting. Ugh, ugly. I said, Mom, that's all I wanted was for you to apologize. We can now start to make this work. And she has made a complete, near complete, I say 170, a 180 change. She's been attentive and calling and checking up on me. And I'm not gonna lie, over the years, I've kind of gotten over it. So now it's a little like, okay, I get it. You changed. But she almost died, and she's my mom. She's my blood mom. So what are you gonna do? There's that. We're slowly working things through, and things are getting better, which is nice. So that's what went on February, March and stuff. Really things just been keep. I still work a lot. Everyone knows that. Busy here, busy there. Working on my apartment. Does these dummies move their head? Do they? They are moving. Huh? I didn't notice. So work, army stuff, just things, birthdays and such. Spending time with my bros, or at least trying to. Really just been trying to get back more into church. I talk about the church all the time, but I've been so busy that I've almost been not going. I catch it online, but I love going in person. That's just what I do. I go to church in person, and online just doesn't feel the same, obviously. And that's okay. I'm getting better at it. What about what happened March, April? I don't remember. Meet new friends, lose new friends. I'm drawing blanks here. I'm sorry. What happened April? What the heck did I do for Easter? This is why I should have wrote this like in like a script or something. But I don't like just preparing it. I'm just trying to get stuff off the top of my head. And this is all going to YouTube. That's why I want to get everything out now. I turned up a little bit, and it's like it couldn't get any higher. I guess that's better. The heck was that? Gosh dang. So that's been going good. Talking to my guys, my bros. Well, are kind of bros. I've stopped talking to people that I've known for about 14 years because I'm trying to get more into the church, and they were doing the exact opposite. So I've really been by myself for a long time, which I'm fine with. That's not like, oh, he's by himself, it's so sad. Like, no, that's fine. I'm completely comfortable being by myself. I'm enjoying my peace, which has been good. I guess we can skip over to May because I don't remember what happened in March. Must have not been anything bad or good. What happened in March? What happened April? I mean, not March, April. What happened April 1st? I feel like something funny happened on April Fool's Day. Oh, that was terrible. Oh well, must not been too important if I don't remember it. Sorry, YouTube. If something comes to me, I'll I don't know. I'll think about putting an edit or an updated video. We'll see. What else? What else? What else? What else? So December, I'm gonna go back a bit. I went Christmas shopping. Well, not necessarily Christmas shopping. I don't know what I was doing at Walmart. I was just looking for good deals because it was December, so there had to be good deals. And I saw this bicycle that I enjoyed. It looked very nice and it was very light green. It was mountain bike. And after a trip I went with the National Guard, mountain biking, I've always wanted a mountain bike from that point. It was like a summer of last year or spring. And I could have bought this bike, but something told me to save the money for something else. Like that I was gonna need it. I don't know why. I guess it was the old man in me. Wait, why did they do 180? Did they update this? Why did they do 180? Did they buff the Kraber again? What? I don't know. They had to revert the nurse to the Kraber. Well, anyway, I could have bought this bike, but I chose not to. I could have bought it like 5 times over, and it was pretty expensive. I had that much money, but something told me to save, and I did. But what I did, I tried to make a mature decision here, and I started a savings for it, and I started from 0 until I had enough money to get the bike, and I finally had around that amount of money in May, yes, last month. So I bought a bike, a mountain bike, and it sounds very small, but let me tell you, chat, that was one of the most. I told you it's a chronological order. Like how'd I go from my mom almost passing away to me buying a bike? This is just what's been happening, like in a row. So I bought a bike and a bike rack. I learned how to use the bike rack, not how to use it, but how to make the bike rack and put it on my car myself. And that sounds like, okay, why do we care? But it's a big deal, okay? Because there's instructions on the back and I can have someone make it for me. Like, you know what? I want to learn how to make this. I almost called the company because I thought I didn't have all the pieces. And I just read the instructions and I just learned, and it was a really, really big accomplishment for me. Because out of most of all the things I've done in my adult life, I got my own car, full cash. Oh my gosh. I got my own apartment. I got my driver's license. I joined the military. I did this and that, and I got multiple jobs. I am the most proud of this bike because I saw it. I could have bought it at that time. I wanted to. I said, you know what? I'm going to make a savings account for it, and I'm going to get it when my bank account says I'm ready. And I did that. And I got the bike, and it felt so good. It's one of my proudest purchases as an adult. Because it's not something I bought that I needed. Something that I just really wanted and that I saved up for. And they got all these adult accomplishments, but I feel like I should have done everything I've done like 2 years earlier. Like, oh, you went to the military. Oh, you went to college. Oh, you got your license. You got your apartment. You got multiple jobs. I feel like I should have done that like a couple of years ago. This bike is like, it's really prideful to me to have this bike. And in case you're wondering, which I know you weren't, her name is Jenny, short for Genesis. All right, and we're still in May here. They're doing military stuff, getting ready for some military training that's gonna take about 2 weeks. Not in 2 weeks. The military training that I was getting ready for in the time of May is about 2 weeks worth of training. If you're a regular in the stream, you're probably not. I don't have regulars. I have people that just pop in, which is okay. I'm okay with that. If you're a regular in the stream, you know that I talk about having a white family, a Caucasian family. Like I'm black, but I don't really spend time with my regular family, and I spend a lot of time eugh, with my like best friend, well, at least person I used to hang out with, and his family a lot. I even stayed with him for like a year, and so I have a white family. That's what I call them. And then if you're regular, you'd hear me talk about them, be like, hey, I could do this. I got a white family. I got a white mom. You know, the whole shebang. And I call like my friends and his siblings. I call them like my kids, because I became old fast. I'm in my 20s, but I'm like the old man dad of the group. Eh. Old man dad of the group, so I call them my kids. And I have a white mom. I used to, again, she took me in. And that's kind of like a basis of who I am now. You know, you got my grandma, you got television, you got the church, you got my dad, and you got my white family. You know, kind of like core factors of who Galil Weevil is. And my mom being the white mom, the one that's not my blood, being kind of the center of that family. She passed away. She died May the 25th. So that's what's been going on. Yeah, just when things were looking up. So I probably something I should have been prepared for. Another funeral I had to prepare, because my real mom, my blood mom, she almost passed, but she was fine. She's fine. And just a few months later, my mom, they kind of took me in whenever I just wanted to get away from my dad. My dad wasn't abusive. A lot of people think that. I just don't like being around him. I love my dad to death, but we're like two different people. Whenever I wanted to be away from him, hit the target, I would go over there. She even let me stay there for a whole year. She didn't make me pay rent. I gave her money anyway, but she never made me pay rent. I don't even remember her even asking for anything in that year. Heart of Gold. Yeah, she passed away. So I had to go take care of my kids, or siblings. They're more siblings, but no matter how, there's like a couple that's 1 or 2 years older than me that I'm years maturer than. So I went to go take care of my kids before I had to go away for training, because I had to leave like June the 2nd. So I had about a week. But it wasn't of like really natural causes, so they had to do an autopsy, so we couldn't have a funeral like ASAP. Then I went away for training, so there was me. I'm at training now. I'm about a couple of hours away from home on a military base. Mom's dead. I got to see my real mom before I left, so that was something. She was kind. She's been nice, real nice to me. She's changed, made that 180 we talked about. Everyone's sending me condolences, because they know, my family knows I spent a lot of time with that family. They said, "Are you spending time with them white folks again?" They weren't being offensive toward it. It sounds offensive, yeah, but so they know I like to spend time over there. And some people who knew consoled me how they could. Sorry to hear about your mom, or about so and so. We know you really cared about her, this and that. I was just worried about consoling my friends. Went to go check on them. I would take them out to eat a couple of times whenever I felt like they weren't doing well. So now we're on this military base now. I'm gonna have to simultaneously try to get through this and my military training while while planning a funeral and talking to these people. And I kind of like adopted a job while I was there. Something I used to do when I first got there. I was kind of the area of the military. Okay, how do I explain this part? Oh, this one's a tough one. For people who aren't military, you got like a big group of people. You break down that group of people, and then you break them down some more, and it's tough. Basically, I have a particular section of people that I work with. Military is big, but there's only so many people that work in Arkansas. My company went away, and we were just doing our thing. They didn't have a chaplain assistant though, so I would kind of be their chaplain assistant because that's what I want to be. You know, think of a pastor. A chaplain is a military pastor, or not necessarily military. That's just think of it as pastor. I was a pastor's assistant, minister's assistant. And we have like 2 now. You're only supposed to have 1, but my section has 2. So that's not really what I have to do anymore. Even though I like doing it, I don't have to do it anymore. So while I'm away, you know, trying to deal with my stuff, I've been there the longest, like almost 3 years longer than the chaplain assistants that are there. So people will be comfortable with me. I had a couple of my soldiers, and I call everyone my soldiers because almost everyone that's there, it's newer than me. I've been there a long time. I've been there about 4 years. I'm an old man there, despite not even being 25. An old man. So I call them my soldiers, and a couple of people would come to me with depression and wanting to kill themselves. So most of the time I was away, I'd have to spend my nights like maybe 1, even 2 a.m. You know, either getting the drunk soldier, because our area can drink. Like there's a different company or a group of people with different jobs and stuff that would come, and their leaders would tell them they couldn't drink. We could drink, so I would spend a good portion of time getting people inside if they were too drunk. And I would, what's this skin? I got this nice skin. I forgot I got this. If they were too drunk, and I would watch them overnight. And yeah, that's just how I spent some of my nights. I hardly got sleep there. During the day, I was watching people doing my job. At night, I was watching people. And I guess I shouldn't be complaining. This was all I was choosing. I chose this. Like, they were more comfortable with me. I'm not going to turn them away. My top priority is my soldiers staying alive. They're not even in a combat zone. Combat zone is defined as, you know, being actively, you know, like fired at, or in the constant threat of being killed. They're literally regular people, because National Guard, you know, you're in the army, but you're just going to a military base like once a month for a weekend, and then you're going back to your regular lives. These are just normal people, and once a year we do something for 2 weeks somewhere else. And this is just our 2 weeks. We're just off doing our thing. I'd be darned if these normal people are just gonna like off themselves because they're depressed in an area they're not used to. I'm gonna stay up as long as I have to. I'll stay up and all night just to keep people from killing themselves. Yeah, I'm tired, so what? It's the life I chose. So be it. So I'm watching them, making sure they get in from being drunk. All in the while, you know, planning funerals for my mom, which the blood children, I'll call them blood children. I won't call them my kids. The biological kids weren't really communicating with anyone aside from themselves. They were hardly talking to each other while we were planning the funeral. I messed that up. So after finding out that they were doing stuff and not talking to people, like they cremated her. They had a wake, and they didn't tell anybody, like, aside from themselves. And so I decided to start letting people know, like uncles and close friends. I would let them know when they were doing stuff, because I was going the extra mile to get information out of them, because they wouldn't tell us, or they say they would and they just didn't get around to it. And yeah, that's just how that was going. That was about the end of May, kind of middle June. That's been going on. Yeah, it hasn't been easy. I've been making it. You know, we kind of get back. We're back from being 2 hours away. I'm still doing military training, but the last couple of days we're spending at our home base to kind of clean up from the trip we took. Let's say that, unpacking everything, you know, relaxing. I'll tell y'all about that some other time. Like, that's a whole thing. It's weird. So I'm on base, back at home base. At least I'm not 2 hours away. And I'm calling one of them, one of the kids who took, and my mom, the white mom, had an abundance of cats. She was a cat lady. She loves her some cats. And one of the kids took the cats to the vet. One was gonna get put down. Multiple people know that. I didn't even know they were taking him to the vet. Multiple people. The cat was getting, one cat was getting put down, and that was for sure. Whoever knew that she was taking him knew that cat was getting put down. So be it. There was a lot of cats to take, but while she was taking them, and I'm on the phone with her, she's telling me this. I wasn't there. I know nothing about it until like days after. Oh, and here's a kicker. I only found out about all the stuff that was going on and their plans and their funerals and stuff from a pastor, because they chose to like use my church to do stuff, and the church knew that I called this woman mom, so they would pastor would text me and keep me updated. I'm like, I had no idea this was happening. I haven't been there. I've been away. So I would text them and ask them questions, you know, playing dumb. And they were just like making whole plans like without telling people, and I just had to find out the hard way. So thank God, my pastor like had a brain to tell me, because they sure didn't. Like, you do realize there's more people beside immediate siblings that wanted like mourn our mom, right? They didn't. I don't know what's going through their little heads. But they took the cats to the vet. So one cat got put down, and my cat was sick. I'm sure you can see where this is going. They said that they were gonna need to put my cat down. That's what she told me that they told her, and they gave her the option of like kind of waiting or doing it at that moment. And she said that her argument for doing it was they said that if she waited, that the cat would be suffering the whole time, and she gave him the go to put my cat down. Oh, believe me, yeah. So that's happened. So there will be no cat cam like I promised when I got my own place. You'd have to forgive me. Best believe I was furious. You never heard me curse, right? I'm sure almost, if not any of you have ever heard me curse. I cursed up a storm at this little idiot. I was beyond furious. I wanted to put literal hands on this woman with no shame. And no one really knew. Like, she just kind of did it. Everyone, like, if whoever else knew, they either knew like hours later or days later. So it's just all on her, and her excuse was like she said, well, he'd be suffering. Like, he was already suffering. He was already sick. You couldn't wait until I got back. You knew what I was getting back. Like, if it wasn't for the church, like, knowing me, they wouldn't have. While I was away, they would ask me when I wanted to have the funeral, like, what was like the 11th or the 18th. I told them the 18th because I'm away, and they waited. The church, they literally wouldn't have waited on me to get back. They would have had it while I was away, and the church decided to wait for me. Like, so you knew when I was getting back, but you couldn't wait. You just like, oh, I'm there, and they said he'd be suffering. Like, what? You just took it upon yourself to kill my cat while I wasn't there. You're not letting people know what you're doing with our mom. You already didn't tell people that she was cremated. it's just, yeah, it was whole ordeal. So I took that pretty darn hard. That's just stuff that's going on. That's stuff that's going on. Chronological order. That's like, I know I'm probably missing something. It's been a crazy year so far. That's stuff that's going on. It's not just about death. Granted, a lot of it is bad. Like, yeah, it's been a bad year. I guess the other stuff that's been so bad, I don't remember. Must not have been that bad if I don't remember. Guess losing your mom and almost losing your blood mom would make you forget about other stuff. So we had the funeral. It was decent. You know, hard to look at certain faces that I felt contributed poorly because she passed away by one of she went to go help one of the our problem kids move because they couldn't keep a house, and she hit her head. She was not in her right mind at the time. She fell and hit her head. So I try to keep from thinking this, but multiple people already have. So I guess it's not my original thoughts that she didn't go and help our kid move. That she'd still be here. I don't know. Her health was declining, but she wouldn't have gone yet. That's just kind of a fact. That's not really anything negative. That's a fact. Oh well, so whenever they got on stage, I'd walk out or something, or whenever the Muslim girl, one of the daughters was Muslim, the one that was like doing all the stuff, and she strictly follows that rule. Former Christian, by the way, that rule that I can't really talk to males who aren't immediate family. I'm like, then why would you be in charge of like arrangements and stuff when you literally can't talk to a portion of the people that's gonna be here that needs to know stuff? That's just faulty. Come on, stick, gosh dang it. So that didn't help. I had to track her down and stuff like that. And after finding this stuff out, I didn't want to talk to her anymore. So whenever the one that was moving got on stage, or whenever the Muslim got on stage, I walked out. I didn't have to. And she brought her husband too, and her husband hated our mom because our mom didn't really approve of her being Muslim, which I understand. We're Christians. She didn't hate you for it. She still loved you. You're her daughter. You're kind of like a daughter to me, despite you being stupid. Because I try to take care of everyone and try to make sure everyone's okay. But he was there, I guess, to console his wife. But he literally hated our mom. And so I had to see him and her, and I had to see the other daughter. And it was just frustrating. All of it was just frustrating. But I got to take I got to take the boys out to eat, before they all went their separate ways again. They're back to doing their own thing. And now I'm back here working. I guess I'm getting a regular schedule back, because that 2-week training can really mess up a man's schedule. It really can. That's kind of what's been going on. Doing this and doing that. Texting people who said they weren't feeling well while we were away in training. A lot of them were drunk too, so it might have just been a liquor talking. And funny thing is, I was texting one of them, kind of doing follow-ups, and she was completely baffled, like, "Hey, why do you keep texting?" I'm like, "What do you mean? Seeing if you're okay?" Like, "Yeah, I'm good. I text you if I need anything, but you kind of text. I'm like, do you just not want me to text anymore?" She's like, "Yeah, could you just like not text at all, period? I don't like texting." Like, "Well, you said this and you said that." And I'm quoting everything she said whenever we would talk. That she was suicidal. She got out of a 2-year relationship. And she'd be like, "Oh, how was I don't remember saying that or this and that." Like, I wouldn't say that. Like, I'm like, "You were probably drunk." And this and that. Which I know they were, but a lot of times, what people know about me, even in the Army, they know I don't like drinking, and I don't like cursing, and I don't like smoking, and all that shebang. So they would lie to me when they were drunk. They'd be like, no, so-and-so, I'm not drunk. Let's talk. I'm like, sure. and they would open up. I'd keep it a secret because confidentiality agreements, blah blah blah. And she was like, "Oh, that was the alcohol." Like, "Oh, I was drunk." Like, I figured that. So this and that. So you would have like one or two people that would just blatantly be like they don't want to talk anymore, and that everything. Then they would just at the moment when they were talking to me, they were drunk and they don't want communication. And like, "Oh, I'll see you at drill. You know that one weekend out of the month when we see each other. I'll see you then. I just don't want to text." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I guess." So there is that. That's just again chronological order. That's small in comparison to everything that's going on, but that's just the stuff. I guess I can tell you about Magic Springs. That's not really nothing I want to talk about. It's not bad. It's just tedious. So my sergeant brought her kids to Magic Springs with us. We hung out. It's a water park. A water park that's native to my state. And I let one of her kids wear my sandals because the ground was hot and my feet are tough and hers weren't, and she didn't have hers on. All right, we get back to the little area where we meet up to rest, and she didn't have my sandals. She said she thought she gave them to me, and she said, "Oh, I must have left them at the slide," and it just proceeds to look at her phone with like no care that she lost my sandals. So that was annoying. Again, it was small, but like that just ruined the whole trip. It's supposed to be an outing. To what the heck? Oh right, I'm behind a wall. Wonder why the damage was so high. 97, that's still real good. It's supposed to be an outing to kind of, bond with my sergeants and with my soldiers and her kids. But yeah, that just annoyed me for the rest of it. Oh, a couple of days though on some good news, I guess. My mom has been trying to get me stuff, and one thing about me, I don't like gifts. I don't like things. Do stuff. Darn it. Do stuff and things, and I hope. Oh, my mom getting it. My mom, the one that's still alive, obviously not the dead one, has been trying to get into college. She got into college. She got a Pell Grant, so that's really good news on her part. So that's something. She's been talking about getting me stuff because my birthday is coming up soon. I'm not telling y'all my birthday, by the way. I don't celebrate. She only doing stuff because she knows about it. I can't stop her from that. So birthday's coming up. She wants to do something for me. I'm like, I'm good. But I slipped up and I told her one thing that I really wanted, and that's that was a book that I used to read back in when I was little. It looks like a big book, like one a little kid wouldn't even want to tackle, but it was really just filled with poems and pictures. It was really nice. It's called Where the Sidewalk Ends by I forgot who that person was. Where the side I have no idea what this guy's name is. Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. The poems and drawings of Shel Silverstein. I told her about that book. I didn't really know the name of it at the time, and didn't know the name of it at the time. But she was really like hell bent on getting it for me. So I like described it to her and stuff, and how to look and this and that, and she didn't recognize it. It sounded like babble. It sounded like something out of folk tale because like no one I've ever talked to has ever heard of it. All I knew how to describe. It didn't have a cover. It was just like big. Looked old. It like had a cloth hardback, no title. Like I didn't. To me, it had no name. And like it had no name. I looked it up, and what I remembered like certain poems that was inside of it. So I looked up on Google by the poems, and I wound up finding the book, and it was only like $10. And she said, "Oh, I'll get it for you." I'm like, "No, I found it. Like, and I don't like gifts. I'll just get it for myself." And she was just hell bent on giving me stuff because again, she's made a 180. She's really trying. And she said, "Let me do this. I have while I have the money now, let me do this and buy you this." I agreed. This is a while back. I hope to get into a college a while back. Like, was it March? It's probably what happened around March, April. And I said, fine. So I sent her the link and I sent her the address. And blah, blah, blah. You know, we talked, and we even got to talk again, and the book still didn't came. So I was like convinced she didn't get it, and I didn't care because I didn't want her to get it. I'll just get it for myself. Because if I had got it for myself, it would have came already. Then, well, I issue not. Just a couple of days ago, I got a box in front of my door. It was raining that day. I don't know why I looked outside. I guess I looked to see how bad the rain was. And see how bad the rain was. And I saw a box. I'm like, I don't remember ordering anything. And when I order stuff, it's from I have it sent to my church because there's a good chance I won't be at home and I don't want anyone to take it. I live in apartments. Stop. No. I'm gonna live in apartments, and the box was getting wet. I'm like, oh, because the box was wet, so it's been there a minute. Don't know why the guy didn't answer the door. He probably brought it when I was taking a nap, honestly. If I was taking a nap that day. Honestly. And I opened the box because I don't know what I could have bought because I had no memory of buying anything. Yeah, I had no memory of buying anything. I opened it up and I issue not. It was the book. It had finally came, and it is just how I remembered it from back in the day. It like to the T. It looks kind of old, and it was like golden, like dirty gold brown, with nothing but like the artist's signature on the front of it. And I didn't read cursive back then. I still don't now, really. So I didn't know that was a name. It just looked like markings to me. And then I just opened it, and it's all the poems I remember that I used to read. And I messaged her. I'm like, why did you send me this? You didn't have to do this. Because that's like, she wanted me to make a list of 10 things that I wanted for her to give me because my birthday was coming up. And I was literally telling her, like, even if I was down to do that, I can't think of 10 things. There's not 10 things that I want. And I just said, really, if I wanted anything, it would just be the book. And this and that. She kind of gave up on the 10 list things because me and my sisters, I have like 3 other sisters. Our birthday is all in the same month, and they're really close. They're like before the 15th. Like before the 15th. So you got like 4 birthdays in a span of like 14 days. So she wanted to give us like everything at once. And I'm like, no, I'm good. If I really want anything, I just want the book, which I can get myself. And she's like, okay, well, think about it. And I thought about it. There's really nothing I wanted, honestly. There's nothing I want. Like money, really. That's it. And she sent me $50 too. I'm like, no, I don't want the $50. Take it back. But she already sent it on Cash App. And by gentleman's rule, if I sent it back, it would be an insult. That sounds made up, but it's just something I don't do. Really. So like, you don't have to do this. She said, I wanted to. Happy birthday. I'm like, my birthday's like not for a while. I'm like, and I love the book so much. It just really fits my biblioteca. So good. I can't wait to just dabble into it and just read random poems again. It's so nice. That's just What's been going on? Oh, and the last thing, which I'll admit right now, so you don't have to go to the live stream to see it. Again, if you're kind of a regular, or if you're from YouTube, you know that 6 months ago, I disconnected my EA account and reconnected it to the wrong account, which kind of made my PlayStation account look like a bot account. It still has level 500 and my kills and my trackers, but my cosmetics are gone. And some people might remember when that happened, and I had to wait to 6 months before I can get my old account back, my heirlooms and stuff. Well, the 6 months have passed, and I was ready. I was in the midst of doing it, and let me tell you, I did. Don't be mad at me, chat, because I'm already mad at myself, and I was already pissed because this unfortunate series of events have begun. But I did it again. I disconnected my account just to reconnect it. Just to reconnect it to the same account that I've been on the last 6 months. I messed up. I realized what it was. And the PlayStation was telling me, this is what happened 6 months ago. It was telling me that all of my EA stuff is connected to my Yahoo. So I connected it to my Yahoo, and it was wound up being that account again. So that's probably what happened. Not even probably. I'm almost certain that's what happened about 6 months ago. Was I saw that, so I connected it to my Yahoo when I needed to connect it to my Gmail. What I thought I did was I thought I connected it to my Gmail, but connected it. I thought, but I needed to connect it to my Yahoo. That's what I thought I did. So it turns out I didn't connect it to my Gmail. I connected to my Yahoo, and when I unlinked it from my EA, I'd have to describe it in really big detail. What unlinking is basically a process when you take your console account or whatever account you're on off of your EA account, and you link it to something else, and you can only do that once every 6 months. So what I thought I did was I thought I accidentally put it on my Gmail and needed to switch to my Yahoo. So I got on okay, it's Yahoo. It's telling me it needs to be Yahoo. Really, what I did, I put it to my Yahoo, and it needed to be Gmail, and I just did it all over again. So I have to wait another 6 months. December the 12th, chat. I have to wait December the 12th before I can try again. I'm gonna be with this bot PlayStation 4 account that I can't even buy stuff on because the money goes to my Gmail account, the original one. I don't know why it goes there, but it goes there. I have to wait a full year because it's been 6 months, and now it has to be 6 more months. We did a pack opening to celebrate and everything. It was 200 plus packs that I opened, chat. If you haven't seen it on the YouTube, check it out. I'm so sad. It's been a rough year. It has been the easiest one. I miss my mom. I miss my cat. I miss y'all. All 0 of you. I'm kidding. I know there's people here. People come and people go. Yeah, I let the Discord die again because I've been so busy. And it was just thriving too. We had 207 in one point. Now we have 196 or maybe even less. But I figured out, what's the good news, I guess? Good news is I figured out how much I need for a PC. Not much, honestly. A gaming PC is $1,000, and I have a couple of monitors I can use, and I want a gaming laptop, but that's $600. I mean $1,600, so I gotta make that happen. So I'm saving up. I'd rather have the gaming laptop instead of the PC. I don't want something that's just like keeps me stationary. I want to be able to take it with me. I like that. People like, get a PC, it's so cheap and this and that and that. I want a freaking laptop, bro. I want to take that thing. I want to take it around. I want to play Apex at work. Let's do it. You want my chat? That's it, chat. That's pretty much it. Just things and stuff been going on. If I remember anything, I'm thinking of anything else. That should be it, man. If there's more, I don't know. Dying dogs, dying moms, dying cats. Oh, I cracked my monitor too on like the way back from the training. I brought my monitor so I could play games. You know the irony is, like I bought a monitor. I bought I bought a monitor. I brought my monitor. I bought something for my phone to turn my phone into a controller so I could stream Apex Legends mobile, and I just never used them. Never used them. That's the sad part. I was too busy being a therapist, honestly, and so when I got back, I guess my travels were too rough and my monitor broke. I got 3 TVs. Like my monitor wasn't a real monitor. It was just a small television that I use for gaming or whenever I'm away. So on the way back, it broke, and the warranty didn't cover external breaking, so the screen breaking didn't count. So I had to buy another one. So I got another monitor. Same price, but 24 inch instead of a 19 inch. Honestly, I prefer the smaller one. 24 inches is a little big, but it's still in the box. I haven't taken it out, and it's been like a week. Because I don't need it, but I wanted it for playing Apex Legends. I'm on a big TV right now. I guess the only reason I haven't taken it out because I'm not actually playing the game, which I will do tomorrow. So I guess I'll take it out. But you know, since the box is big, I'm sure what's in it, it's gonna be smaller than the actual box. So it's probably not even that bad. It's probably perfect, honestly. That's really it. I didn't mean to talk to you for about an hour. I wanted to make this 30 minutes, but it didn't. It hasn't felt like an hour. It really hasn't. Kind of sucks. That's just it, chat. That's been going on. Things have been happening. Oh, future of the channel. I don't know. I'm gonna be streaming again. I'm gonna be streaming different games. I'm gonna be streaming on YouTube and Twitch. I'm gonna turn Twitch streams into YouTube videos. Man, if I had enough of that PC, I can do some good editing. I'm gonna be making more emotes and giving y'all a reason to actually subscribe. Because I tell people not to subscribe. I literally tell you not to subscribe. Because I'm inconsistent and I don't think my emotes are good enough for subscribers yet. They're not good enough for subscribes yet, but I'm trying. I'll get it. Channel, I'm gotta revamp the Discord. So I need to go through all of my YouTube videos and like put links to stuff in the comments or not even the comments, the description, which that's a horror to do. It really is. I have like 60 something videos, and that's gonna take a while. You owe me all. That's gonna be a minute, honestly. Yeah, that's about it, chat. It's gonna get crazy. I'm streaming a lot of games, not just Apex. It's gonna be Apex for like the next 5 days because that's kind of my stress reliever. But it's gonna be a ton of different games that I've just been holding back on playing, and that I will play. So that's it. I'm gonna also get back into my social media too. So if you're ever in the stream or you want like my Instagram or Facebook or Discord or Twitter, it's gonna be there. We can talk. You can just follow, and we can collab. I don't know about collabs. It's really no one I want to play with anymore. My generation of people that I started streaming with are dead. They're gone. Like, there's like literally maybe 3 people who I've started streaming with, like kind of around the same time, who we used to support each other, who actually still streams. I'm being very literal, and I had dozens and dozens. So we'll see what I'm gonna do. Like, there really is no plans for the stream. The only plans I have is just do better. That's it. Communicate with you guys. Like this, this is the start. I'm communicating. I'm letting you guys know what's going on. We're gonna be having open lobbies again on YouTube. I will start doing pack openings and showing off battle passes and maybe even some giveaways after I get my PC. After I get my PC, because I have to start saving money. Like, I already have like a couple of things I've already bought, like headphones that I can do giveaways for. Not fancy ones, but they're cute. Like, just little stuff like that. Apex coins are only $10, so I can do Apex coin giveaways and stuff like that. You guys just gotta be around. If you're not around, you can't get it. But if no one's around, how are people gonna hear about it? So yeah, that's the conundrum. I'll think about it. I just gotta start streaming again, and it'll just come to me or something. New commands in the chat would be nice too. And I need to have interviews or like start having a host for mods. Like, I'm opening up for new mods in the chat. Not in the chat, but in the streams. Cause my mods are busy, or I don't have any, either or. So hit me up on that one. Join the Discord. You're probably watching this as a VOD on YouTube. Yeah, if you've watched me ramble on for an hour about my sad life, then thank you. Comment bacon. Yeah, no, I have no shame. Comment. I was saying, comment bacon if you made it to the end of the video. Kind of just lets me know. It's not creative, but because everyone does it. But yeah, I'm not gonna ask you to like it. I just want to know that you made it to the end. I don't care if you like it or not. And I just appreciate you for watching and wanting to be like kept up with things that's going on in life. I'll stream tomorrow, Twitch and YouTube. Open lobbies and such. People can play with me, or you can just watch, chill out. Music, all that fun stuff. That's about it. Stuff that's been going on. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below, because again, this is going as a VOD. There's no one really here in the stream. I guess I feel like subconsciously that's why I streamed at such a weird time, because I honestly didn't want people to come in. I just wanted to talk, and I'd be like, oh hey, thank you for coming in, thank you, oh I appreciate you. I just wanted to get this out of the way and just talk and get it all out without delay. Imagine if people actually did come to the stream at like freaking midnight, bro. It probably wouldn't be 30 minutes longer. Like, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm fine. By the way, people wanted to die while I was away, so I stayed up until like 2 a.m. to talk to them. What about you? That's just how the cookie crumbles, I suppose. I can kind of see why they nerfed it, but and really didn't need to. This was a good gun. The gun was very good. I'm gonna try ×3. And that's it. Nothing else. We will resume regularly scheduled programs. Tomorrow. Thank you for my podcasting, TED talking self. I suppose you are amazing, and that's nice. I'm gonna get off and get ready for work or something. I took a day off yesterday, kind of a mental health break, and that's something because I do not take mental health breaks. I laugh at my mental health. If it breaks, it breaks. I don't care. It's already bad. Let it get worse. But I took one yesterday. It was fine. I slept, so I'm kind of real well rested for work. I'm gonna go get this shmonies and do things and stuff. I hope everyone's well again. Thank you for coming through. I've been Galil Weevil. You'll be seeing more of me, and I hope to see more of you. Comment below. I guess let me know your opinion. I normally don't ask for it. Ask for opinions to delete the bad voodoo, juju, bad juju. But I'm asking this time. I'm nice Galil's here. Anyway. Hope everyone has a good night or morning or afternoon, whenever you're choosing to watch this. I'm gonna get off now. That's it. No signing off, no catchy reuse catchphrase. I'm just gonna get off and go to work. It's 12:17. That's about it. Bye everybody. Hope you have a good night. No raid either. I'm just gonna go. I guess we can raid. I'm not sure. No raid. I'm heading out. Oh, and thank you again. I just want you to know I do love y'all. I love everybody. I mean, I like everybody, but I love everybody because, you know, I'm a goody two shoes Christian. That's what everyone likes to call me. Yeah, you know, that's just who I am. Anyway, love you guys. Bye.